Good morning everyone. Welcome to Crack Grade B to another session of PIB 2024. First of all, please clarify once, am I audible to all of you? Hello. Yes. Okay, yes, audible. So, in the last session, we have covered the PIB for 10th of January. Okay, today we will cover PIB for 11th of January 2024 and we will focus on the news that are most important. Okay, so starting with the first news, the very important scheme is yes, the very important scheme, that is Pradhan Mantri Anusuchit Jati Abhyuday Yojana. So this scheme is basically focusing on the economic, socio-economic development, the opportunities and making the higher standard of living for the scheduled caste communities. It is basically focused on SCs only. Okay, the scheme has been implemented since 2021-22. So basically from 2018 to 2019, the scheme has been in continuous implementation, okay, and it has been merged with 3 other schemes, and the aim is obviously to promote economic development and remove poverty and improve standard of living. So it is implemented by Ministry of Social Justice. We will look at the financial assistance. The scheme is very important because there are various facts related to grants and aid for the hostels, for the assets and other things. So please do pay attention to this particular scheme. Question can definitely come from here. So 3 schemes that were merged are Pradhan Mantri Adarsh Gram Yojana, Special Central Assistance to Scheduled Caste Sub-Plan and Babu Jagjeevan Ram Chhatravas Yojana. So the 3 components. Now first is development of SC dominated village into an Adarsh Gram. So basically Adarsh Gram is basically a village with more facilities, more basic facilities like drinking water, sanitation and education, proper schools are there, proper roads are there. So basically the betterment of any village which is dominated by SC community, and grant in aid for district and state level project. So construction of hostel in higher education institution which are top ranked as per the national please wait for us. National Institutional Ranking Framework, that is NRIF. So basically grants in aid for the hostel will be provided that are top ranked for in the list of NRIF, okay, NIRF, and similarly construction of hostel in schools which are either fully or partially funded by central, state or UT government, okay. So the things that you have to remember is this, that these are the 10 areas on which these are the 10 domains on which the focus will be there under this Yojana. First is drinking water and sanitation, education, health and nutrition, social security, obviously rural roads and housings, electricity, agriculture practices too, okay, financial inclusion, digitization, livelihood and skill development. See, rest of the components are very common, but which are not common is this. First is agriculture practice, second is financial inclusion and digitization. These three are the components that you have to remember, because sanitation, drinking water, school education, ये सब तो याद कर ही लेते हैं, ठीक है, but these 3 are the different components: agriculture, financial inclusion and digitization. These you have to remember, okay. Now about the grant and aid for district level. Grant for creation, acquisition of assets for beneficiaries, households would be 50,000 or 50% of the asset cost, whichever is less. So for any asset construction and acquiring of any asset by the community, by the beneficiary or their household will be 50,000 or 50% of the asset cost, whichever is less. Second, special provision for infrastructure development. So for infrastructure, up to 15% of the total grant exclusively on viable income generating economic development scheme for SC women. So out of the total grant, the 15% will be set out only for those economic projects that are for the development of the SC women, scheduled caste women. Okay. Second is, out of the total grant, 30% is utilized for infrastructure development and at least 10% of the total fund should be for skill development. So these are the reserves out of the total fund, that is 15% for projects that are for the SC women empowerment. Second is 30% for the infrastructure development and at least 10%, it can be more than 10% too, especially for what? Skill development, so that they can grab more job opportunities, there will be more standard of living, the understanding and rights will be high. Okay. Hostel component. So erstwhile scheme of Babu Jagjeevan Ram Chhatravas Yojana, this was basically the part of the Chhatravas Yojana. Now the hostel component is very important. Why? Because there are few changes in this component. Scheme for construction of hostel to enable and encourage the scheduled caste students to attain quality education and reduce dropout rate. So the main purpose of this hostel creation or hostel infrastructure in the as a component in the scheme is basically to reduce the dropout rate of students. Okay, and there is grant in aid as per the permissible limit, that is for northeastern region it is 3.5 lakh, for northern Himalayan region it is 3.25, for Gangetic plains and lower Himalayan range is 3 lakh. One time grant for student is 5,000 per student for making provision for like table and cot etc. Repair and maintenance cost 5 lakh for a hostel. So the limit of the hostel is should be that 50 inmates should be there, and there will be construction in once in every 5 years, and there will be one time grant of 5 lakh for repair and maintenance. Hostel to be completed within a specific period of time. There is a specific period of time, that is 27 months. These components you have to remember. Alright. Next is what are the recent changes in the scheme. First is that now there is 100% central assistance for the development of hostel for boys too. Earlier this component was not there in the scheme. And second is implementing agency is to send proposal online through PMJ portal. Okay, this is the there is a portal under the scheme also. So there will be sending of the proposals through this portal only. The implementing agency will send portal or things like that through this portal only. Yeah, every component is clear in the scheme. The scheme is very important. You will definitely see one question from the scheme. Oh, sorry. Next is PM to inaugurate the Atal Bihari Vajpayee Sevri Navashava Airport, Navashava Atal Setu, Atal Setu. So this is the longest sea bridge in India as well as in Asia. Okay, and this is basically promoting the India as a progress making country. So as an Indian, our Honorable Prime Minister is very proud of the moment while inaugurating this. The total cost is 17,840 crore. This you have to remember, the total cost. The earlier name of this Atal Setu is, can you tell me the earlier name of the Setu, Atal Setu? Yes, tell me the earlier name of Atal Setu, this Navashava Atal Setu bridge. What was the name when it was launched in 2016? No idea? Mumbai Trans Harbour Link. Okay, when it was started, it was named as Mumbai Trans Harbour Link. Okay. When it was launched, when it was started in 2016, Okay, now this is a 6-lane sea bridge. Okay, and it will reduce the travel time for the passengers by 2 hours. Okay, longest sea bridge in India and Asia. Length is very important, that is 21.8 kilometer, and it will provide faster connectivity to Mumbai International Airport, and it will also improve the connectivity between Mumbai Port and Jawaharlal Nehru Port. So this Atal bridge is very important. Earlier name was Mumbai Trans Harbour Link. Okay, it will reduce the travel time by 2 hours. The total cost is 17,840 crores, and this is a 6-lane bridge. Union Ayush Minister Shri Sarbananda Sonowal to lay foundation stone of Regional Research Institute for Homeopathy. This will be at Azara in Guwahati. Total cost is 53.89 crores, and the special thing about this institute is that it will create an integrated homeopathy, Unani, Siddhi and other yoga along with homeopathy. So it will be an integrated institute that will be set up at Azara, Guwahati. Dr. Jitendra Singh presented with the Indian of the Year award for the year 2023 for the category Outstanding Achievement. So basically this is for the outstanding achievement of the ISRO that was basically measured at 3 important projects. That is, first is the Chandrayaan-3, that is the smooth landing on the moon. Second is increase in space startups from just 1 to 190. And third is that increasing the private investment in the projects of the ISRO, that is by over rupees 1000 crore. That's why by pushing the boundaries of the space exploration in ISRO by Dr. Jitendra Singh, there is the award presented to him, and ISRO is doing very well in the field, and it was measured at 3 things. Okay. First is the private investment, second is the increasing space startups, and third is Chandrayaan-3 successful mission. Now, one district, one product achieved milestone. So, one district, one product is basically the scheme that is to promote one product from every district of the India under the select brand name and promote it across all over the world at a global level, and the brand is named as India. Okay, brand India, and there will be the aim under this premium brand is that to make people aware about the ingredients that are used in the product, and those ingredients come from which state of the country. Okay, making people aware about the ingredients of the company. So till now 50 aggregators have been listed under the scheme, and the 50th aggregator name is Ayurvedic Wellness Company, that is Forest Essentials, a very premium brand that is in the field of the beauty and care. Okay, Forest Essentials, you might have heard and seen in the malls also, this brand. This diverse community, one district, one product aggregator, now it has a span of over 25 states and 160 districts. Okay, more than 160 districts, and this initiative aims to enlighten the consumer about the origin of ingredients that I've already told you. Okay, yes, any doubt till now? India UAE Business Summit. So as we all know that Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit 2024, daily one news about this summit is in the PIB, and that's why this summit becomes very important. The various conferences, the various milestones that have been talked about in the summit is very important. So India UAE Business Summit held at Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit. India UAE, that is SEPA Council, Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. A report on the at the summit, a report on the CII India UAE Startup Initiative titled Unlocking Opportunities India UAE Startup Ecosystem Convergence was also released. So if we talk about the relations between India and UAE, so India and UAE are very important because if we talk about the trade, there is almost no tariff on the 80% of the product that are being exported. And if we talk about the export and import, then there is milestone achievement, that is India-UAE trade rose to $85 billion in 2022, making the UAE India's third largest trading partner. And India is also the second largest export destination for UAE. India became, this point is very important, India became the first country with which the UAE signed a comprehensive economic partnership agreement in 2022, and bilateral trade has been increased since then by 15%, and in the first 12 months, SEPA bilateral non-oil trade reached, in the first 12 months of SEPA bilateral trade for non-oil trade. Non-oil trade means in which the oil is not there, that products related to oil like palm oil and all is not there, reached $50 billion. Okay, so also India UAE has a target of $100 billion for non-oil trade by 2030. This particular point is very important. Targets under the agreement. Okay. Also, a memorandum of understanding for establishment of a framework to promote the use of local currency for cross-border transaction was signed by the governors in July 2023. So this point, as we all know, that India is focusing more on making the Indian rupee very strong at the global level. If we talk about especially the news that was with the Russia, that Russia denied the payment in Indian rupee because Indian rupee's financial status is very low if we talk about the global transaction, and so our government is focusing on making the international payment in Indian rupee so that we can take our rupee at an international level, at a very strong level, so that various countries can use their currency in the international payment. Okay. Yes, everything is clear till now. Also, there was one more point about the Bharat Mart. Yes, this is the warehousing facility that has been proposed to be there by India, that has been proposed by India, the Bharat Mart facility, the warehousing facility. Okay. So UAE will support the necessary facilities and technologies for this. Okay. सो ऐसे इसमें आपको ये डेटा याद नहीं करना है, बट जो इम्पॉर्टेंट डेटा है दैट इज कि ट्रेड इंक्रीज हुआ है, किस प्रोडक्ट में इंक्रीज हुआ है, दैट इज द नॉन ऑयल ट्रेड is increased by 5.8%, and what is the target to make that particular trade to $100 billion by 2030. The target is important. Okay, सब कुछ याद नहीं करना है इसमें, बस हमें ये देखना है that कि जो UAE है, इंडिया जो है UAE का सेकेंड लार्जेस्ट एक्सपोर्ट डेस्टिनेशन है, और इंडिया के लिए UAE इज द थर्ड लार्जेस्ट ट्रेडिंग पार्टनर. ओके, सम क्रुक्स डिटेल यू हैव टू रिमेंबर ओनली. Now, Department of Telecommunication task proactive measures in preventing cyber fraud. So it was advised citizen not to dial this particular number, that is *401# followed by unknown mobile number after receiving malicious calls, as it will activate call forwarding that can be misused by the fraudsters. So this is basically for you to make you aware about the things that are also going on apart from the news. Okay, that you should not do at least this thing. Okay, and make you aware. MOU signed to offer financial inclusion services to its CSR beneficiaries. So there is an important MOU that has been signed between India Post Payment Bank and Hindustan Zinc Limited to foster economic growth and bring financial inclusion in the lives of rural community beneficiaries under CSIR program. So corporate social responsibility program that has to be undertaken by every company, that is mandatory under the rules and acts of the companies. So basically they have signed the MOU with India Post Payment Bank to make the rural India, that is rural community beneficiaries, to include and to make them aware in financial terms, that is make them financially included and make them aware of the schemes and benefits that they can have with a bank account and what facilities they can take from the bank. This particular collaboration is basically for the self-help group women, farmers and youth of rural Rajasthan. Okay, particularly focusing on rural Rajasthan. This you have to remember. Next is direct tax collection. So there is increase. The direct tax collection estimate is 80% approximately of the total budget estimates for financial year 2023-24 up to 10th of January. So this data will further change, okay, when budget will come, and there will be a review again. So you can just remember the gross direct tax collection is at 17.18 crore and year-on-year growth is 16%. Direct tax collection, that is net refund, is also at a growth of 19%. Net corporate income tax, that is the tax owed by the company to the government, and the personal income tax, that is owned by the citizens to the government, has also grown at 12% and 27%. Okay, so highest increase in personal income tax. Okay, the highest growth is in personal income tax. This you have to remember. Okay, if we talk about for the data till now. Again, very important news, Swachh Sarvekshan Awards, All India Clean City ranked 1 Indore and Surat. So Indore is at the first place for 6 consecutive years. Okay, so there can be a question like Indore was at the first place in these awards for how many years consecutively. So this is for the 6th time that Indore is at the first place along with Surat. And All India Clean City rank 3, that is to Navi Mumbai. All India Clean City rank 1, that is population less than 1 lakh, is Saswad. And All India Clean City rank 2, that is Patan. Okay, see, you have to remember the first two. Okay, that is very important. First is Indore and Surat, second is All India Clean City rank 3. These two are most important. And next is that cleanest cantonment board. This is also important. This is to Mahau, which is in Madhya Pradesh, Mahau Cantonment Board. Best Safai Mitra Surakshit Shehar, Safai Mitra Surakshit Shehar, Chandigarh. You can also link and remember like a sanitation booth that was launched by Chandigarh only, right? Remember sanitation booth that was launched by Chandigarh. So for Safai Mitras only, sanitation booth for making them available with the facilities like clean toilets and ACs and coolers and electricity, so that they can rest and they can have lunch at a particular place. Remember ना? हाँ, तो जो चंडीगढ़ है उसने एक सैनिटेशन बूथ भी लॉन्च किया था few months ago. So सफाई मित्रास के लिए बेस्ट अवार्ड चंडीगढ़ को मिला है. Cleanest Ganga town is Varanasi and cleanest Ganga town rank 2 is Prayagraj. Okay, these 4-5 cities you have to remember only. The President of India, Srimati Draupadi Murmu, conferred Swachh Sarvekshan Awards 2023. That is by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Indore is at 6 consecutive years. Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh won the top 3 awards. Theme you already know is waste to wealth. Okay, nothing else is more important in the news. The only thing that you have to remember is that Indore is at first place for 6 consecutive years and cantonment board is Mahau. Safai Mitras के लिए चंडीगढ़ को award मिला है. Best Ganga town is Varanasi. Second rank 2 is Prayagraj. Okay, these 4-5 things you have to remember. A monumental rupees 10,000 crore MOU has been inked. So the MOU has been signed between Deen Dayal Port Authority, Kandla and Ummendas India Private Limited. This is basically to revolutionize the transportation and logistic infrastructure, focusing on handling bulk, break bulk and container cargo. So this is basically for the logistics and cargo, not so important to remember, but at least you can remember that the amount is 10,000 crore and MOU has been signed between which two organizations, that is Deen Dayal Port Authority and Mendes India Private Limited, right? Yes, everything is clear till now? And the last news is, yes, it is about historic initiative unveiled for person with disabilities. Department of Empowerment of Person with Disabilities, that is making the person with disabilities with 70 plus hours training to make them better and skilled occupied, so that they can have better job opportunities, and they can their design has been revolutionized to access gainful employment opportunities. So this is basically a kind of employment skill training for PWDs, okay, person with disabilities. So the National Council for Vocational Education and Training, in collaboration with Department of Person with Disabilities, these two organizations is doing the work in this particular field, and the meticulous tailored for guidelines will be physical and digital skills training infrastructure both. So there can be a question whether the guidelines will be physical infrastructure for physical infrastructure only or for digital infrastructure also. So guidelines will be for both physical as well as digital infrastructure training infrastructure, and this revolutionary step ensures that standard will adopted nationwide by all government associated skill training organization, fostering an accessible environment for everyone. So this is basically making the training session more friendly with physical infrastructure and digital infrastructure for person with disability, so that they can be equality in training sessions and other things also. Okay, so yes, PIB for 11th of January is over, and if you have any doubt you can ask, and those who do not have any doubt, they can continue with their studies. Yes, any doubt? Do you want any changes in the PIB? You can ask, ma'am, how to revise it. Avinash, see, for revision I have, देखो पहले मैं तो 1 hour का sessions लेती थी PIB का, but these days we are taking PIB sessions alternatively. तो वीडियो देख लो, 2x पे देख लो, लाइव नहीं देखना तो 2x पे देखो, so that whatever I am saying आपके दिमाग में जाए. पहला वीडियो देख लो, फिर पीडीएफ रीड करो, या फिर पहले पीडीएफ रीड करो फिर वीडियो देखो, फिर वापस पीडीएफ रीड करो. 3 times रिवाइज हो जाएगा एक ही दिन में, है ना. और इतना कुछ नहीं है, अगर आप डेली का डेली पढ़ोगे ना तो रिवीजन में प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगी. प्रॉब्लम आती है जब आप वीकली पढ़ते हो कि वीकली पीआईबी पढ़ लेते हैं, या मंथली पढ़ते हो, तब प्रॉब्लम आती है रिवीजन में. ओके Yes, any other doubt? Yes, it is difficult to retain after 10-15 days, obviously, because if we talk scientifically, even if we study daily, you all must know that we can remember only 50-60% of data. PDF थोड़ा जल्दी अपलोड कार्तिक. We are daily uploading PIB sessions PDF and current affairs PDF right after the class. अब PIB और ये करंट अफेयर्स तो डेली अपलोड हो रहा है. आपने देखा नहीं? पोर्टल खोल के ओपन करके देखो, सब अपलोडेड है. Avinash, I've told you na it is अच्छा, how to tackle it. Revise daily. सबसे ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम किस चीज़ में होती है आपको? सबसे ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम होती है PIB का डेटा याद करने में, गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स का डेटा याद करने में और करंट अफेयर्स याद करने में। और डायरेक्टली और इनडायरेक्टली वही स्कीम्स पूछी जाती है, या तो जो PIB में रिपीट हो रही हैं या जो करंट अफेयर्स में है। तो मेरा यही सजेशन है कि आप करंट अफेयर्स और PIB ये डेली का डेली पढ़ो, तो क्या है गवर्नमेंट स्कीम भी याद करने में आपको ज़्यादा दिक्कत नहीं होगी फिर। Maharishi Roy, we will come up with the MCQ sessions soon. Okay, we are planning for that. We are making schedule and we are working on it. Okay. Okay, then I wind up this session here. No more doubts are there. So see you in the next session day after tomorrow. Okay. Okay, thank you.